Hi, I'm Laurie Jinkins, State Representative from the 27th Legislative District, representing most of the city of Tacoma. I'm down here in Olympia during legislative session. We just finished a hectic, kind of grueling few weeks of what's called legislative cutoff, when all the bills from the House of Representatives that are going to move to the Senate have to be voted on by the entire House. Same thing happens in the Senate. So now we're switching bills over from House to House, and we'll start having hearings on in the House on Senate bills and hearings in the Senate on House bills, and eventually a number of those will become law. The good thing also that's happening is we're now able to spend a lot of our time focusing on the budget. There are actually 3 budgets that we work on in Washington State. First is the operating budget, which deals with our public schools and universities, healthcare, public safety, things like that. The second budget is our transportation budget, which deals with highways and ferries, trains, and mass transit. Then there's the capital budget, which is the state's construction budget and funds constructing our K-12 schools and college and university buildings, amongst other things. The biggest challenge we're going to have is about how to fund our public schools. You may have heard of the Supreme Court's McCleary decision, which says that we're not adequately funding our paramount duty, which is our K-12 education system. Right now, this is the way our operating budget looks. If you just take the things that we have been doing over the last biennium and that we're required to do by law, pick them up and move them into the next biennium, we're $1.5 billion short of being able to do that. The other thing is that we need to fund our K-12 education system, our basic level of public education for kids, and we need about $1.4 billion to do that this year. So we're about $3 billion short of being able to really fund the budget that we've got. Now, there are some people who say that we can balance the budget without any new revenue, and I just want to tell you I don't think that's realistic at all. To do that, you'd have to slash healthcare for kids and seniors, you'd have to drastically cut colleges and universities, you'd have to shut down state parks, and you'd have to release inmates from our prisons. Even if you could fund our public schools by doing those things, it would not work, because sick kids, hungry kids, kids that are homeless can't learn. So I think that we've got to talk about raising revenue to keep up with our growing population. I was very proud that the Supreme Court recently ruled that the 2/3 initiatives are unconstitutional in this state. The great thing about it is it makes it easier for us to close some of the egregious tax loopholes that we have in this state, and also to really think about tax reform. Right now, our system is really rigged against middle class and working families, but it just doesn't have to be this way. An all cuts budget is extreme and it's very radical. It would be bad for our kids, it would be bad for our seniors, it would be bad for our state. So here's what I think. I think we need good schools. We need great universities and higher education. We need health care for our people. We need our kids to have all the things that they need to be successful in life. We also need a new transportation plan to fix our highways and help I-5 not be a parking lot by Joint Base Lewis McChord, and the Tacoma Dome. We need all of these things in my book, but I'd like to know what you think. I'd like to hear your comments, your questions, and your ideas. You can reach me by email or the toll-free hotline. And again, it's great to be able to communicate with you this way. Let me know if there are other things that you'd like me to talk with you about.